Welcome back to Unmasked, the podcast that uncovers the thoughts, feelings, and voices of the BU community. I'm Lazowski.
And I'm Veronica Thompson. Every week, we go out and ask our peers a random, intriguing question and allow them to share their thoughts anonymously.
Our goal is to illuminate the wide variety of personalities and experiences within the student body. Thank you for joining us today.
Now let's turn it over to our field reporting segment and see what people had to say for this week's question.
Welcome back to Unmasked. I'm Lazowski.
And I'm Veronica Thompson.
Today is Valentine's Day.
And we're at GSU asking students a specific question. What are we going to ask them, Adam?
What are your red flags? What are your red flags?
A red flag that you need to avoid when looking for a partner is bad hygiene, because that is not something you want to stick with. That's going to be a problem for the future. And constant, get someone that's clean.
I would probably say lack of communication. I know I'm personally bad at it, but also it kind of sucks when people don't communicate with you as well.
Also, you're dressed as...
I am dressed like a red flag today, yes. With the red and black flannel.
Wait, I'm thinking.
That's a red flag.
What are your red flags?
My red flags are anybody who has a really big celebrity crush. Like an unhealthy parasocial relationship kind of crush.
Do you have a celebrity crush?
Ice Spice.
My first red flag is she has commitment issues and daddy issues. That's it.
Expand on that?
Can you elaborate?
What's your red flag?
A snap score over 1 million.
What are your red flags?
My first was if you don't like RuPaul Drag Race, that's a red flag. But the actual response is if you have hateful or racist or like abusive comments online, either on TikTok, Instagram, no, that's a huge red flag for me.
What's your red flag?
Issues with their father.
One huge red flag is when people feel entitled to your time, space, or like your things, because it's not theirs, so they have no reason to feel entitled to it.
If in their Instagram bio they go to Northeastern.
I think my red flag is like someone who has a lack of self-awareness. I think it's really important to be humble, or not, or just like don't be too. I mean, you can be proud of who you are and what you accomplished, but if you present it as something that has an edge over other people and is something that makes you deserve more respect, that's not something that I appreciate as in a person, especially.
Welcome to the podcast. What are your red flags?
What are my red flags? So I think big one has to be communication. In literally any relationship, communication is key. You got to make sure you're being honest and open, and can't be scared to say stuff. You can't be scared to say stuff, especially if it's something that like later down the line is going to be an issue. So big time, just make sure you're being honest. That's what I would say.
My main red flag, I guess, is if somebody likes me at all. That's pretty bad.
What are your red flags?
Well, this is my second bagel of the day. They caught me eating the first one, so they said that's a red flag. My number one, well, I got 3 red flags. One is vegans. God damn it. Number 2, what did I say? It was people that don't have their driver's license yet, like, grow up. Sorry, I don't know if you guys...
I do.
All right, we're good then.
Yes, y'all are chill.
And then my biggest pet peeve, oh my God, when people take the green line for one stop, that pisses me off, you know?
What should they do instead?
Just walk, like burn some calories, you know? Like the campus is pretty small, it's just one road, you can't get lost.
Okay, mine are along the similar lines of those, but people who ride their scooters on Com Ave, you know, like I'm trying to walk here, like also they always got those red backpacks on. You're not special, like we've all played sports at college, like there's nothing crazy about it. Yeah, true. Also, people who study on the first floor of Mugar, I just think that that's like crazy behavior. Do you study? Nah. Okay.
That is crazy behavior.
Like, isn't that crazy behavior? Like, it's, I don't know. And then guys who wear pants that like fit their waist instead of like 10 times too big.
Oh, also, trucker hats. Trucker hats are a big red flag.
Trucker Bass Pro Shop hat.
Yeah, specifically those.
What are your red flags?
My red flags, dude, it's kind of hard to say because I'm hella colorblind right now.
Right now.
My red flags, I think it's that I care too much. Like, I just pour my whole heart and soul into things to the point where, stop laughing, to the point where it's a little embarrassing. Like, I used to get my ex all of his groceries, and yeah, I was taking mad L's. I spent all my dining points on canes for him. Mad L's.
He's Persian. He's from Great Neck. And he hooked up with two best friends.
I would say a big red flag is when a girl orders a steak well done, like cooked all the way through. That's a huge red flag.
My red flag is when a girl goes to the club minimum 3 times a week.
Yeah, my red flag is that my friend doesn't think that I could beat a crocodile in a fight.
My red flag is that my friend thinks he could beat a crocodile and a bear, probably simultaneously in a fight.
No, just
and he could also beat Conor McGregor.
No. Just a black bear, not a grizzly bear though.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's still a bear.
Small bear.
Also, his logic for defeating a crocodile is that he can just hold its mouth shut for like an extended period of time.
No, but I'm saying
But
like
it's
as long as you know what you're doing, you can beat a croc. Not
No,
you
but
specifically.
it doesn't matter. Like, it
Anyone.
doesn't, yeah, if you're equipped with like a nuclear bomb, you could
No,
defeat.
you watch a YouTube video, you're ready.
No, you're not. There's no. Most YouTube videos say you're dying.
Come on, get the croc in here.
I'd say another red flag of mine is that I fear intimacy.
It got deep.
It got silent.
God damn.
It got real.
Number 1, this applies to anyone, when they wash their body with just their hands, with just their bare hands. No washcloth, no loofah, no dry scrubber. I knew this one would be controversial because more people do it than you think. It's not effective. I don't believe you're clean. I don't believe you're exfoliating anything. You're covered in dead skin cells, and it's not effective, and I hate it. Number 2, when someone responds to your text, not with a response, with a text reaction, it's like, just don't respond. Like, if I send someone a message and they just love it, like, I know you didn't love it, because if you loved it, you would have responded. So just don't respond. That would be better. And then I have literally one more, and this is a relationship one. If you post to your partner on Instagram, wait guys, I'm honestly nervous that I'm like saying things that apply to you guys. If you post your partner on Instagram before like, I said 6 months, but I think that's aggressive, maybe like 4. But if it's like a relationship post before 4 months, like you're signing yourself up for disaster. And that's honestly kind of a red flag, because whenever I see a post like that, I'm always like, how long until this gets taken down? Not to be a negative Nancy. You know what I mean?
I do.
This guy just agreed with me.
Damn. What are your red flags?
So for me, red flags is when the girl is hiding stuff, tries to be possessive, tries to cut you off from your friends and family. So that is something that I cannot do, and that's something I would recommend any man to grow away from. Yeah.
So we're debriefing after asking students what their green flags and red flags were on Valentine's Day. So, Ronnie, what do you think?
I wrote a list because this is important to me. I just wrote a list of green flags, but some of them are kind of like, they could be seen as basically something that if they don't do this, then it's a green flag. You know what I mean? So, green flags, people who are willing to talk about their emotions and don't think that crying is something to avoid. People who are not homophobic. If you're homophobic, it's a red flag. People who respect children and believe that we have a lot to learn from children. Green flag. People who actively work to decondition themselves from society and toxic things that we learn to believe but aren't necessarily healthy for us as humans. People who are open-minded to things that they don't necessarily understand and who respect other people's cultures and beliefs and backgrounds, especially before they know anything about it. Like, you need to respect people and learn and then make a judgment. And then people who laugh a lot, because laughter is medicine. Thank you.
I really liked all those points. There was one that's really stuck out to me was super big green flag for me is being emotionally open to your partner and other people who are around you. I actually am an individual who actually committed the actual opposite of that. I don't know. I was not very good at releasing specific emotions that I had, which actually negatively affected a relationship I had. And I worked on it. I tried, improved myself, and I feel now I can be a lot more open and honest in the relationship that I'm in. And it's helped a crazy amount, some that I can't even describe. And then one more green flag that I wanted to mention was being open to questioning and looking for advice from others, no matter who they are. There's always something that someone else knows around you, or even anyone random that you meet. So going around every single day and asking for people's advice, asking them questions, even if they might not know, is a completely worthy thing to do, and I think a valiant thing to do in today's society. So, yeah. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week. Ciao.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Unmasked, presented by Boston University's independent student newspaper, The Daily Free Press. Make sure to tune in every Wednesday.
You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. To hear previous episodes of Unmasked, visit dfpress.co/listen for our podcast archive.
Until we meet again,
goodbye.
Welcome back to Unmasked. Today we're at GSU.
Okay. So we're going to ask people, what are their red flags in relationships? And relationships can include friendships as well. And people can say their green flags if they want. Should we do that? What?
No, literally.
What?
That is possible.
No, we should just say, what are your red flags?
Trash.
That's a blooper. Let's redo
Do you guys
it.
have a mic?
This is actually better than the mic.
This is good quality.
Than mic.
I have a condenser
La calidad.
microphone. You guys ever want to borrow? You can just borrow it.
The condenser, the decompressor condenser inside the microphone is very good.
Very good.
It's the best.
The best.
The best on the market.
Condensed down to the size of a pea. You can't even see it. It's
Smaller.
inside the phone.
Smaller
How they
than
fit,
pea.
how they fit it inside phone, I do not know.
How do they create
class
it?
early so we could leave. You ready?
Oh my god.
That's a red flag. Yeah. Too many bagels. Are we just gonna stand in front of the trash?
What are your
Okay.
red flags?
Okay. Can we pick an opportune location where we're not in people's way?